Good morning, dear students. Let us start chapter 5, part 1, coal and petroleum. To make our life easy, we need different things that we get from the earth. These things may be animals, air, oil, rocks, minerals, sun, plant, soil, gas, water, etc. What are resources? Resources are supply which have some utility, which have some use to us. So resources can be of two types: exhaustible natural resources and inexhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible natural resources are those which get exhausted, which will finish after some time due to human activities like the wildlife, forest, coal, petroleum, mineral, natural gas. Whereas inexhaustible natural resources will not get exhausted even if we are using it for lifetime. Example is air, sunlight. Okay. In this chapter, we will discuss about exhaustible natural resources, coal and petroleum. Let me tell you the story of coal formation. It started about 300 million years ago. There were very large trees on earth which due to some reason, due to floods or any other natural calamities, they got buried under the soil and layers of soil were deposited over them. So it was crushed under layer of soil and it started getting pressure, high pressure, and inside earth. So it was inside the earth, so temperature also increased there. So it started converting, all those wood started converting into coal, and this process of formation of coal inside the earth is in the geographical past is called coalification. This word is not in your book. The slow process of conversion of this dead vegetation into coal under high temperature and pressure is called carbonization. When the wood is pressurized inside the soil and it is getting a high temperature, all the compounds that are present inside the wood, they start getting leaching out, and finally only carbon is left. So in this process, first reddish substance is formed, and slowly it started getting converted to darker and darker substances. As the content of carbon increases in that material, it will show different properties. The efficiency of that material will increase. In this process, first peat is formed, then it get converted due to high temperature and pressure. The peat is converted to lignite, then lignite to bituminous, and bituminous to anthracite. Here you can see a picture how slowly the peat is converted to anthracite. So here is a picture of how the coal looks at different stage. The first one is peat. You can see it is lighter in color. Second is lignite, which is little darker in color than peat, and it is more tight and hard than peat. The third stage is bituminous, which is darker than lignite and it is more harder than lignite. Then next one is anthracite, which is even hardest of all, and the carbon percent of anthracite is maximum. When we get coal from the nature, the carbon percentage of coal is less, but we need high percentage of carbon for the fuel to be more efficient, produce more heat. We need more carbon. So what we will do? We will do destructive distillation of coal. What is distillation? Distillation is the process of heating of a substance so that whatever materials, 2-3 materials or more materials that are present in that will be evaporated at different temperature, and at different temperature we will separate all the constituents of that, those are present there, and we can use it according to our wish. So when we do the destructive distillation of coal, we get three things. First is coke, the second one is coal tar, and the third one is coal gas. What is coke? We will come one by one to each of these. Coke is a tough, porous and dark substance formed by destructive distillation of coal. It is used in the manufacture of steel. In the steel plants, high temperature is needed for melting the ore. So there we can use coke. It is also used in blast furnace and used by blacksmiths. The next thing that we obtain is coal tar. Coal tar is a dark viscous. Viscous means thick liquid obtained by destructive distillation of coal. It is used as in many things. In starting material of drugs, dyes, explosive, perfumes, plastic, paint, photographic material, even the naphthalene ball that we are using in our homes. Here is how coal tar actually looks like, dark and viscous liquid. During this process, a gas is also formed that is called coal gas. It contains hydrogen, carbon monoxide and methane. Earlier, it was used for street lighting in London street, but nowadays it is used for heating purpose. Let me show you some pictures of coal mines. These are some open coal mines. And here are some underground coal mines. Now we'll study about petroleum. Petroleum is also a dark color liquid that is obtained from earth. Coal and petroleum both are fossil fuels. What is the meaning of fossil? Fossil is the remains of dead plants and animals, and because coal and petroleum is formed from dead plants and animals and used as fuels, so we call it fossil fuel. Petra means rock and oleum means oil. So petroleum is actually rock oil because it is found in between the rocky layers of the earth. How petroleum is formed? Petroleum is formed millions of years ago in the ocean when the animals died and they settled in the bottom of the sea. There were layers of sand was formed over these dead animals, and it put a pressure over these animals, and also the layer of the water layer pressure was also there. So it again get high temperature and pressure, and due to which it converted to oil, which is called petroleum. You can see in the diagram, the below diagram, you can see that in the ocean there is bed of rocks. Above that, between the bed of rocks, the oil is present, but it is above the water layer because it is lighter than water, so it is present above the water layer. Then, as we know that in this area petroleum is present, what we do? We dig a well, we insert pipe inside it and take out the oil. When we insert pipes or dig well to take out petroleum, we also get a gas that gushes out of this pipe, that is called natural gas, and then petroleum comes out. The petroleum that we obtained from the soil contains many substances, many impurities. So if we heat it, we will get heat, no doubt, but the efficiency will be less, we will get less heat. So what we do? We separate the components that are present in the petroleum by the process of fractional distillation. This is also called refining of petroleum. For this, we take refineries. Those are very huge vessels inside which we put the petroleum and heat the petroleum, the crude oil. Crude oil means which is not distilled. Okay, the petroleum that we obtain from the soil is called crude oil. We put it inside the distillery and we heat it. When we heat, then what will happen? At different temperature, the components get evaporated and we can obtain it out at different levels. So you can see in this diagram that at different temperature we can get different substances, like at 85 degree Fahrenheit we are getting butane, then at 85 to 185 degree we get gasoline, At 105 to 350 degree we get naphtha, 350 to 450 kerosene, 450 to 650 we get diesel, then we get fuel oil, and at last residue is left. Here is a picture of a petroleum refinery for you. Now let us see the various constituents of petroleum and their uses. Petroleum gas in liquid form is called liquefied petroleum gas or LPG, that we use in our home for cooking purpose or in industries. Then petrol, you all know that petrol is used as motor fuel, aviation fuel, solvents and dry cleaning. Kerosene is a fuel for stoves, lamps and jet aircrafts. Diesel, it is for heavy motor vehicles and electric generators. Then lubricating oil is for lubrication for machines. We use the lubricating oil. Then paraffin wax is used in ointments. The cream that we are using uses paraffin wax. The candle, Vaseline, etc. use paraffin wax. Then bitumen is a dark colors liquid, viscous liquid that is used to paint road for road surfacing. Earlier coal tar was used for this process that we obtain from coal, but we need to heat coal tar when we are doing the surfacing of road. So nowadays bitumen is being used, which don't need to be heated at the time of covering the road. Okay, now we will study about the gases that we get. Compressed natural gas, it mostly contains methane and it is a greener fuel that we use in vehicles and automobiles these days. And LPG is a liquefied petroleum gas. When the petroleum gas we compress and it converted to liquid, that can be kept in the cylinders and used in household fuels. What is the advantages of LPG and CNG? Because they are compressed and they are converted to liquid, they are easy to carry and store, and they cause less pollution. They don't produce any residue or ash, and they are odorless. When we burn the fossil fuel, we get different substances which cause pollution to the environment. First is carbon dioxide pollution. When we burn the fuel, we get carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas which allow only the heat of the sun to get inside, and it trap the heat. It doesn't allow to lose the heat. So what will happen? The atmosphere get warm and it cause global warming. It is similar to the effect of greenhouses. Greenhouses are some houses made up of glasses in hilly areas for growing the plants to maintain the temperature, and carbon dioxide is doing the same effect. So it is called a greenhouse gas. It causes global warming and raise in ocean level, sea level. The second gas is carbon monoxide. When there is less oxygen and the fuel is burning, then carbon monoxide is produced. Carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas. It combines with hemoglobin of our blood and it does not allow the oxygen to combine. So in our blood there will be lack of oxygen and ultimately we will die if there is carbon monoxide. It is called carbon monoxide poisoning. Then when we burn the fossil fuels, we also get nitrogen and sulfur oxides. This when you go up in the air, it will combine with the water vapor that is present in the air and it will convert to sulfuric acid and nitric acid, and when rains, then this acid will come down. This causes acid rain. Acid rain causes damage to the metallic structures. It causes damage to our skin. It causes cancer. It can cause damage to the marble structure and other things on the earth. So it is very harmful for the health. When we burn the fossil fuels, small particles are released in the atmosphere. This mix with the air and it makes smog. Smog when reaches our nose, nostrils and our lungs, it causes difficulty in breathing, and it also may cause asthma and other respiratory problems. here's a picture of how the petrochemical pollution looks like. Dear students, all the fossil fuels are limited in nature and it will get exhausted over time. So we need to conserve them. Thank you, dear students.